The playground. The children's playground has already been flooded. Just like before, that house was so beautiful, but it was abandoned because it always gets flooded. The design is nice, but it turns out it's disappearing. There used to be houses there, but now look, it's submerged in water and the houses are gone. This is a 2009 map of Candelaria, Macabebe, Pampanga. And this is the map of the same location at present. Let's go. Join me as I visit and check on our fellow countrymen here. We'll ride a motorcycle to the farthest end of Masantol, Pampanga. Look here on this bridge. On both sides, there are a lot of parked vehicles. They're getting ready so that if it floods, at least their vehicles are up here. Once again, we're here in the low-lying areas, particularly in the town of Calumpit, Bulacan, and we're going to the road that's almost gone. The sky is a bit cloudy, my friends, which is a good thing because I'm wearing boots now. We know that we're going to face floods, so I really put on boots so our trip can go straight through even if the water is deep. Right at the entrance of Calizon Elementary School, you can already see that it's flooded inside. The playground. The children's playground has been overtaken by the flood, so how can the students play there now? It's all flooded, my friends. What's interesting here is I saw a hole with water in it and there are fish. Maybe this hole is connected. On the other side or here, only a few come out, but there are a lot of them inside. If you live here, if you're really hardworking in fishing, you'll never run out of fish to eat. No, that's the advantage of living in watery surroundings. Everywhere you look, in front of the house, behind the house, it's really full of water. This area is very low. There are coconut trees that survived, which means it's really not. About 5 years ago, it never flooded like this. Things have changed a lot. Only the people living here know the full story. Just look at this tree that didn't originally planted in a watery area, and they still grew that big, and now they've all died because the water is rising and the land is sinking. Here they keep raising the road. Look, every side of the house, right? It's flooded. You can see the houses at the end, my friends. Their situation is truly pitiful. Even this has been swallowed by the water. Even this gas station is gone. It's useless now. The water rose intensely. It's heartbreaking. Our fellow countrymen here are really pitiful. They say these used to be farmlands, but now it has turned into a lake. They're just fishing now. That's one of the benefits here. It's just for fishing now because you can really catch a lot of fish there. Most of them are tilapia. When I see something like this, like a waiting shed, that's no longer being used. It's sad to look at because before there were roads going there. That's why there are waiting sheds here. Those roads once led to the houses, but they're no longer used because the water level is higher now, so people leave their vehicles here. Road. This place is higher, and it won't get flooded at least. Look, the houses are submerged, but if you really have nowhere else to go, you'll just have to live here. Look, my friends, it's a corner. There's a path going down this way to Google. I wonder what that Google is. Then there are posts from here all the way there, so maybe this is a road. You can see that the trees are already dead. There are some countrymen there. It's really something, right? You know, when you see things like this in person, it's really sad because, of course, those houses were once lived in. The families who lived there once experienced happiness. We found another waiting shed that's submerged. Almost half of the ground floor has already been swallowed by the water. Can you believe those houses? Before, there used to be kids playing on that ground floor, but now they can't play there anymore because of the flood. This is what the corner looks like now.
Now it's just water.
Only boats can pass through there now. The local tricycles probably can't get all the way to the end anymore. So it's boats now. Waiting sheds. They're damaged. You'll see, my friends, this place feels like a ghost town. Because most of the people living there have probably already left, looking for somewhere else to stay. Will the school still be usable? I don't know if it's still being used here, right here. I'm not sure, but of course there are second, third, up to fourth floors. Maybe it's still being used.
It's pitiful.
What's happening in the Philippines is terrible. According to a study from the University of the Philippines Resilience Institute, or RUPRAI, and the former Project National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Center, the main reason for severe land subsidence, including in the towns of Kalumpit and Bulacan, Macabebe and Masantol in Pampanga, is the excessive extraction of groundwater. Studies have found that the rapid and excessive withdrawal of water from the aquifer causes compaction of clay and sediments below, resulting in the lowering of land elevation. The data shows that these areas are sinking rapidly. Sometimes it reaches up to 5 centimeters per year, which is more than 10 times faster than the natural rise of sea levels. This critical rate of subsidence has been recorded and mapped by the University of the Philippines Resilience Institute and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Center, and is a major factor worsening the situation of severe flooding and the continued intrusion of salt water into the region's rivers and fish ponds. There's actually a project here. Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office. What's this called? Revetment Construction. At Barangay Mito, Kalumpit, Bulacan. Revetment. Part of the flood control. Their budget here is 37,610,520. You can notice here how high the water was earlier, so it's going down because it's already low tide. It's already low. Look at the tricycles here. The tricycles are the ones adjusting, my friends. You can see it on the gates directly in front of the houses. This really never runs out of water. You can see it. It's all gone now. That flood is really deep, my friends. This motorcycle can handle it since it's just an automatic click. It's manageable. Maybe we're just not really used to this kind of thing. We live in the mountains, we're always in high areas. That's why it's like we sympathize with flood victims. There, they finished the road here. Last time we passed by, they were still working on it. Now the road is higher and the houses have been left behind again. That's why houses are flooded. It's really tough to be in that kind of situation, my friends. Living in a house that's surrounded by water. The water here is very deep. And what's worse is when it's like that all year round. Right behind this house is the Pampanga River. This is actually the boundary, my friends, between Kalumpit and Macabebe in this area.
There, the boundary is right across from us where there's a carved Candelaria.
This area is already Macabebe.
Yes.
How about the people from here? Where do they pass through when going to the town of Macabebe?
They cross here at the crossing.
Oh, there's a crossing there. Is it okay for motorcycles?
Yes, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Motorcycle can do it.
The new bridge they built there.
The new bridge is far.
There's a crossing here. Do we take a boat?
He took a boat.
For now, my friends, over here on our right side, that's where the Pampanga River is. And this right here is Barangay Candelaria, Macabebe, Pampanga. So far right here where we are standing is, it's a bit elevated, right? The water doesn't really reach it that much, this road. But the houses still get flooded, especially when it's high tide. Like that, right? That house is beautiful. They left it because it always gets flooded. Look, the design is beautiful, my friends. The design of that house isn't ordinary. Maybe the owner was rich and just left it, since that's how things are here. And if we look at the map from many years ago, that was a dike for the rice fields. Those are the ones we see up ahead. But now look, it's just grass now. It's neglected because it's no longer useful. It was planted with crops because, as you can see, it's all water now, my friends. There you can see the Pampanga River. On the other side is Macabebe, Pampanga. It's the same here in Barangay Candelaria. If we look back at the map, there's an island-like area in the middle of the Pampanga River. But now look at this. There's only a small piece of land left, and it's almost taken over the entire island-like area that's left there. Many years ago, now look, it's already covered by water. Pampanga River, or Rio Grande de Pampanga, recognized as the second largest river in Luzon and stretches for approximately 260 kilometers. Its source begins in the highlands of the Sierra Madre and Caraballo Mountains, where it flows south and southwest. It runs through Nueva Ecija province, Pampanga and Bulacan. Its entire drainage basin covers a vast area of 9,700 to 10,400 square kilometers. Some of its main tributaries are the Chico River, Peñaranda River, and the Angat River, which joins at Kalumpit. This river is important for the irrigation of vast farmlands and fisheries, and it feeds the Candaba Swamp, a vital swamp that absorbs floods and serves as a home for migratory birds. Unfortunately, the river basin often gets flooded during the rainy season because of the lowland gradient. The river's journey ends as it flows into Manila Bay, specifically in the area of Hagonoy, Bulacan. Look at this tricycle of Tatay, my friends. That's really tall. So tall. Nuestra Señora de Candelaria Chapel. Let's go check it out. This is the chapel. Originally, it wasn't really this low. They made it, right? But because the water level keeps rising, the ground needs to be raised. Up to that point, look at it. You'd almost bump your head here on the ceiling. We're still on the motorcycle, but it's really low now because this was raised. Let's try to go here. We can see the Pampanga River right from here. There it is, my friends, the Pampanga River. And over there, we can already see the Delta Bridge that was built. So from Masantol, Pampanga, going to the other neighboring barangays of Masantol.
Oh, it's much easier now? You no longer need to go around to places like Kalumpit or Macabebe?
Because this area is still part of Macabebe. Then up ahead, it's already Masantol. Once again, this is Nuestra Señora de Candelaria. Kuya! I just have a question. This chapel wasn't this low before.
They filled this in. It's been done 3 times now.
Will they fill this in?
Yes, they're going to fill it in.
Back in the day, was there a bridge there going to
None. It was all boats only.
All boats only, but was it already that wide?
No, it was just narrow.
Just narrow?
It kept getting wider from all the braking.
Ah, okay.
It kept falling and breaking.
This is really facing that way, right? Candelaria's mainland is on the other side. Where is the barangay hall of Candelaria?
Here, it's at the back. The white one, the white colored building.
What's this? Candelaria Macabebe. So it wasn't always like this?
We raised it.
Is it getting higher?
It never used to flood there, even during high tide. It didn't get submerged here. Yes. Now the times are different, really.
That's right. The water is rising.
That always happens with a high tide. As long as it rains in Nueva Ecija, it occurs. It will be dumped here.
This is really where it all ends up.
That's where the water ends up. It really didn't used to be like that. The water would get so high it would flood up to here.
It's really intense, isn't it?
Yes, up to there.
Because just look at the door. I wonder why it's like that. Like you'll just bump your head.
How often does that happen? It's so high. Just look. That's what I mean. They kept raising it, but it still sinks and remains unchanged.
Yeah, maybe next year this will go up again. It'll go up again. All right. Thank you, okay. There, look at that. There are already several piles, so it kept getting higher. I'll have to go through the flood again. The house is pitiful. Even the inside gets flooded. The water is really deep too. So this is Candelaria's Barangay Hall. The water is really deep, my friends. I hope our motorcycle doesn't get flooded. I hope this is the deepest part, because if there's something worse, we won't be able to make it to the biker's lane. This road is already giving way. Pampanga River's water level is higher now compared to the fish pond water. The Pampanga River is about to swallow it up. It's right here, my friends. If we look at the old map, that's exactly the one with a bit of land there. There were even houses there. But now it's underwater and the houses are gone. They took the initiative to put up these steel bars here so that they can reduce soil erosion and it won't be easily affected. The road is already damaged because it's by the Pampanga River. It really gets damaged quickly. There's a lot of water. I think it's good. This bridge has become passable now. This is the Delta Bridge. This is the one that connects from the mainland town of Masantol all the way to the other barangays that are part of Masantol, Pampanga. Good thing, yeah. At least it's passable now. It's a big relief. This is the Pampanga Delta Bridge project, an important initiative of the Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, under the Unified Project Management Office, Bridges Management Cluster, or UPMO Bridges Management Cluster, aiming to connect Masantol, Pampanga. Some barangays went to Kalumpit, Bulacan, by crossing the big river, the Rio Grande de Pampanga. This bridge, with its original design, a 270-meter concrete deck bridge. It was planned to provide a more direct, faster, and safer route between the two provinces, which will eliminate the need to take the longer route through Apalit. The first stage or phase 1 of the project has a budget of approximately 566.6 million pesos, and it was targeted to be completed in September 2023. But there were just some delays. Because of this, phase 2 of the project was needed. with an additional budget amounting to 380.26 million pesos, and to be completed in the year 2026 or 2027. The construction is progressing, although it has experienced challenges. The only issue is tricycles struggle to go up there. They need a good run up. That's why the provincial government of Pampanga took action to ensure its immediate completion. Once it is fully completed, this bridge is expected to boost economic growth. In the neighboring towns of Masantol and Macabebe, Pampanga, and Kalumpit and Hagunoy in Bulacan, especially in the aquaculture sector for which the area is known. This is a big help, my friends, to our fellow citizens here in Masantol, Pampanga. From the mainland of their town all the way here to some of the barangays. Because it's really steep and it's still sand, not even cemented yet. They need to get a running start. That bridge is really a big help to us.
It's good that it's already open.
This area is elevated and already has a gas station, and their road is nice now too, but down below all the houses are flooded. The tricycle is really high up. This road here has basically become a dike, and I hope this gets maintained, because if this also gets eaten by Pampanga River, well, it's still quite far away. Even more pitiful, the people who live here. But for now, they're okay. They're in a higher area. Welcome to Barangay Alauli. At the top of this road, my friends, let's try going down this corner. This lets us see our countrymen's situation below. Look at this. The water has really reached them. Wow, it's everywhere now. The road is on the other side, unlike before when the water didn't reach it. Barangay Alauli. You can still see traces that the water reached here, even inside the gym. Look at their church here. There's a pathway left that the water doesn't reach. It's all water now. The people living up here are fortunate because they won't experience flooding. Motorcycles, cars, you can park them here when there's a massive flood. Let's try to go to this school, Alauli Elementary School. Look at that. The water's been there so long, fish are already in it. Can you see it? There it is. This is a playground, a walkway for people, but now fish are now swimming in it too. They're mingling now. That's the school's condition. Look at this. That water isn't new, that's obvious. It's been there for a really long time. It's getting mossy. There are still a lot of fish, look. That's the condition of a lowly elementary school. Look at their main gathering hall. For example, if there's a graduation or any event, where will they hold it? Isn't that all water now? Maybe the students here can just bring fishing rods. Let's just make that their performance test. How to survive despite the severe flooding that never subsides. There's no problem with food. Tilapia. It's intense, my friends. The situation is serious. Schools, the students are pitiful. Now, my friends, we are entering Barangay Balibago, Masantol, Pampanga. Because of this, a storm is coming and we'll only start to feel the rain tomorrow. That's for sure. This is where the water is released, my friends. The water coming from Pantabacan Dam in Nueva Ecija. It will pass right through here. Pampanga River. And these neighboring villages here in Masantol, they're like catch basins. They're the ones who will take it. They're the ones who will suffer from the bad effects of that high water, my friends. So, it's a good thing. There you go. The flooding over there on our left side is really bad, down below. It's a good thing we have this. These roads are really, they're high up too. And this is where they can put their vehicles. This is where they'll evacuate. That's really what happens when the water levels in the fish pond rose. And the water also came from here at Pampanga River. This fish pond, when the seawater rises, this one, the left one is really affected. It's the same with this Pampanga River when the rises. Water. Can you imagine how much the sea rises? At high tide, it's over a meter, friends. That's really high. Oh, Balibago Elementary School. We visited here too. It was intense. It was also submerged in flood. There it is. They have a mass offering. Even the chapel. The water also reaches it. But there are still a lot of people living here. Barangay Bagang. This is Bagang Elementary School. Good thing. Because they only have classrooms that are upstairs. But those who are downstairs, they're gone. They're useless now. What happened was terrible and disheartening. It's just sad. These classrooms are now useless. They'll just use this one. The one with 2 floors.
That's intense, isn't it?
That's a slap in the face. Government, it's not being used anymore. This was probably a street corner before. In our place, motorcycles and tricycles are essential. Here, boats are essential for them. Maybe this used to be the barangay's daycare center. And then you can see here, this used to be a store. Now, or that's what it looks like now. And now it's just fish there, right? The ones with the long snouts. Espada. There, this used to be a convenience store, my friends. But it's been abandoned. Because of the flood. And then if you look at the cement, it's clear it was submerged in the flood for a long time. This one's good since their house is already elevated. Okay, barangay. Sagrada Familia. This is nice. There's a place to hang out. Look. It has a pathway all the way there. Maybe that's also a fish pond. At the very end of this is Manila Bay. There are many projects here, right? I wonder what those are. Maybe their mayor is here. They provided a generator. The boat is huge. Oh. These boats don't have outriggers, right? Oh, Sagrada Familia Elementary School. Let's visit it too. Let's check the condition of their school here. The school is really something here. That's good, but look at this. It's gone too. What a waste. Their chapel is here too. What's nice is they have these things off. The steel bars they're embedding are actually really thick. Look at that. You'd think it's just something simple, right? It's really thick too. Let's just try going here. Barangay government. This was likely the former barangay hall. Those two buildings, look. But the water reached it. It's gone, and this is their chapel. It's elevated so it can be used. I'll try to take you on a tour inside this school. We won't be going through the gate anymore. Let's move closer to the classroom. About half the classroom is underwater, right? The dog is amazing, it's swimming. I wonder why these boats don't have outriggers. They're not like the boats we usually see. Those have outriggers on both sides so they don't tip over. How do they manage these ones? Let's take a look at it. Alright, let's continue our trip to the biker's lane at the end, because that's the main spot, or the tourist spot here in these areas of the town of Masantol, Pampanga. Look at this, my friends. It's a beautiful house. At high tide, it's underwater. There's no evidence of regular use. Maybe the owner just went on vacation, or the caretaker. What a waste, right? Barangay Nige. Wow, friends, I didn't realize there were so many barangays. I thought there were just 3 that came from the bridge that we can reach, that we can go to here in this part of Masantol. We've passed through several barangays. Oh, there's something here, a resort. This place is nice and feels great. It's cool. Why don't we go camping here? There's no raw spot here though. They also have a mass here. Some of the barangays we passed by, they have a mass too. There's one here too. So many people still live here, and so many beautiful houses remain. The houses are really sturdy. Alright, Naig Elementary School. Their front is the same too. It's also submerged in flood, right? But at least it's being used. It's being used. That's what's important. Even if it's like that. Even if it gets flooded. It's still being used. That's the most important thing there. That's what schools or classrooms are for. They're useful for learning, which is why we're lucky in Pangasinan. Because our schools, we really get to use them. They don't get flooded. Their chapel is here as well. It's facing away on the other side and quite long. This boulevard, you know, it's really long. Maybe we're close to the end now. We can see it now on the right side. That's the Pampanga River itself. The color of its water is the color of a flood. Maybe it's because of the rain. Neighboring provinces. This is where it all ends up. The Pampanga River is very wide here on our right. It's really something, isn't it? And here, there are already some parts of the road that have been barred down. There's also a lot of trash, it's crazy. On the left is the Pampanga River, on the right are vast fish ponds. It's good that they're fixing this, they're repairing this the part of the road, so it really won't collapse. It won't be eaten by Pampanga River. There, they were able to do something here. What do you call something like this? The water comes from the Pampanga River. It will flow here. Then they put some corals there, so that water won't flow into their fish ponds. There, look, it's really strong. Souvenir. It looks like it will still pass under here. It really will pass through. Nice. He'll get through there. That's one of the purposes of this. It's also a passageway for the boatmen. Going over there to the other side of Masantol, Pampanga. Great. Let's go to the end. Let's go to the end. And finally, we reached this biker's lane. I've long dreamed of coming here. There are a lot of trees here where you can hang out. Let's go straight to the very end. It's also nice to look at the small bamboo plants they planted, but there's a lot of trash. The places where they burn things. Of the trash. There, see, because there's a pile. Let's see what the situation of this road is. All the way to the very end that we can reach. Here he is. Biker's lane. There's a lot being burned here. I wonder what it is. There, a lot of things have been burned. There are a lot of broken glass. There are a lot of bottles and stuff. Maybe some trash. That's why they bring it here to burn. Maybe, I guess. This is the situation at the very end of the road, my friends. It's really being slowly swallowed by the water. That's why it's slowly getting damaged. Let's just go as far as our motorcycle can reach. Look at this. At the very bottom, it's actually soil. Then, asphalt. Maybe that land has been there for a long time, since way back. The ancient people who built this road. So they actually built like that, those concrete bars. That's why the other side wasn't easily damaged. But this one here, on the left, empty. So what happened? Faster. Swallowed by water. So much trash. Different kinds of trash, my friends. There might still be big trees here. There used to be trees here before. There, some people are picking up trash. Oh, there are so many dogs. Car parts. Dashboard. There are so many shards of glass. It's already been swallowed by the Pampanga River. Oh no, I hope we don't get cut by glass here. There are so many. They're breaking so many bottles. I just want to take a walk, and yet they're still breaking bottles. Let's just avoid them. Our tires might get punctured. That's soil, but it looks like a rock because it's been compacted and undisturbed for so long. It's only now that it's been exposed because of the changes in our climate. And there, look at that. For many, many years, that stayed underground without being touched at all. And that's what it looks like now. It looks like a rock, but that's actually soil. It's really running out. Oh. The dogs. I wonder where that dog passes through. There's a lot of food here for them. Trash. Probably the things that get thrown away. Oh. It's like we're on a trail ride here. Let's keep going straight as far as the motorcycle allows. There really are so many. Here it is. This is the very end. We've finally reached the very end of this road. It's destroyed. It would have been better if it hadn't been destroyed completely at the main tourist spot, but there's nothing left. It's actually scary now. There he is downstairs. He's actually out of it. We're already out of it. There it is. When you look at the ground, it's really moving. When you look at it, it really got buried deep. And it's really all like that one. What's in there? So Pampanga River. These are the wide fish ponds there. There are also, beaches there. If you look at the map, finally reached the end of the road. From that bridge, we crossed that Delta Bridge, which is near the town proper of Masantol, Pampanga, all the way here to the farthest barangay, which is still part of the town of Masantol. And here we saw with our own eyes what happened on this road. And if you notice, it's getting worse. It's just getting worse and worse. Especially when Typhoon Uwan arrives, the Pampanga River will definitely rise even higher. And the seawater will also rise. There will be strong waves and it will get even more damaged. That's why it's a waste for this road too. If only this went straight all the way there, we could reach the very end. They say people used to have picnics there back in the day. But now, because the road is cut off, you can't reach it anymore. Look, there's even something new that just fell there. And especially in the coming days, that's why this road is really a waste. But at least we got here and saw it in person. Thank you, friends, for joining me in my curiosity to reach the end of this road. You accompanied me, we witnessed the floods! I mean, the houses that were flooded, the situation of our fellow citizens. Filipinos, our fellow citizens here in Masantol, Pampanga. And earlier, we saw their houses and schools, right? But still, we're Filipinos, you know. We're resilient. That's why we need to keep going with what we have now. Bye-bye for now, friends. See you on my next adventure. Camping. Backdoor and update vlog. There's even a helmet here. This is basically a trash bin now.